Life is full of uncertainties, and being prepared is the key to navigating unexpected challenges. Whether it's a natural disaster, financial hardship, or any unforeseen emergency, taking proactive steps can significantly reduce stress and ensure your safety and well-being. This video will guide you through 10 essential steps to help you create a solid plan, gather necessary resources, and build resilience for any potential crisis. From assessing risks and creating an emergency kit to building support networks and staying informed, these steps are practical and easy to follow. By the end of this video, you'll feel empowered and better equipped to face whatever comes your way. Don't wait for a crisis to catch you off guard. Start preparing today and take control of your future. Let's get started. 1. Develop a family emergency plan. If a crisis hits and you don't have a plan, you've already failed. A family emergency plan isn't optional. It's your blueprint for staying alive and finding each other when chaos erupts. Start by identifying what you're up against. What's likely to happen where you live? Tornadoes? Wildfires? Hurricanes? Don't rule out man-made disasters like chemical spills, power outages, or riot. Every region has its risks, so know yours and plan accordingly. Decide when to stay put and when to flee. This isn't a guessing game. Shelter in place means your home is the safest option. Think major snowstorms or brief power outages. Bugging out means you grab what you can and escape. Wildfires, rising floodwaters, or citywide unrest, you leave. Period. Establish red lines, clear triggers where staying at home is no longer safe, and stick to them. Next, pin down where you're going if things go south. You need more than one location. Pick a nearby spot for quick meetups, like your neighbor's house or a local park. Have a secondary spot in a nearby town and a third location far away in case the entire area becomes unlivable. Make sure every family member memorizes these locations. Write them down too, because panic screws with memory. Communication won't solve itself. Phones fail. You need backups. Teach your family to rely on text messages instead of calls. They're more likely to go through when networks are jammed. Assign an out-of-town contact person for everyone to check in with if separated. This person becomes the point of contact when everything else falls apart. Assign roles and keep them simple. Someone grabs the go bags, someone else handles younger kids, someone secures critical documents and medications. This is not the time for arguing over who does what. And finally, keep it plain and straightforward. Your family doesn't need a 50-page manual. You need clear steps everyone understands, even in a panic. Practice it. Run drills. Make sure even your kids know what to do. Preparation isn't glamorous, and it shouldn't be complicated. A solid family plan can mean the difference between survival and disaster. Get it done. 2. Integrate preparedness into daily life. Focus on water. Water isn't negotiable. You can go weeks without food, but without clean water, you're done in a matter of days. It's not just about staying hydrated, it's about staying alive. Tap water isn't always as clean as you think. Bacteria, viruses, heavy metals, and chemicals could be lurking in what's flowing out of your faucet. Do you want your family drinking that? Didn't think so. Start taking water seriously now. Step 1 is filtration. Get a reverse osmosis system installed, like Cove Pure. It's not rocket science, and it's not optional. This isn't just about a better tasting glass of water. This is about making sure your water can actually be trusted in an emergency or even during everyday life. Reverse osmosis eliminates dangerous contaminants. And yes, that means bacteria, viruses, lead, and all the nasty stuff you can't see, but that doesn't mean it's not there. What's the upside to doing this? More than just safety. A quality system doesn't just strip out the bad stuff, it actually restores beneficial minerals back into the water, making it healthier. You aren't just avoiding sickness, you're improving your well-being. Your water stops being a gamble and starts being a resource you can rely on. Making filtration a part of your daily life also eliminates guesswork in a crisis. If the local water supply gets compromised by a chemical spill or some sort of disaster, you won't be the frantic one loading up a cart with bottled water. While others panic, you've already got clean, drinkable water on demand. This is about control and survival, not hoping for the best or relying on luck. Stop thinking of preparedness as something you do later. When it comes to water, later might be too late. Make clean, filtered water a non-negotiable part of your routine and your family's daily life. This isn't just for emergencies, it's how you avoid unnecessary risks every single day. Get a filtration system, use it, maintain it, and know that when things go wrong, you've got one less critical thing to worry about. 3. Run drills. Preparation without practice is pointless. You need to ensure that all plans work in real-life scenarios, and the only way to verify this is through drills. Start simple and scale up. Introduce your family or household to basic fire drills, which are already familiar to most people from school or workplace protocols. Repetition is key here. Practice these regularly until they know exactly what to do and where to go without hesitation. Expand beyond fire drills and incorporate scenarios specific to crises you might face. Practice bugging out. Have everyone pack a go bag or load vehicles quickly, assessing how efficiently space is used and how long it takes. This seems straightforward, but when an actual emergency arises, it is often chaotic. Avoid the panic by getting everyone accustomed to the process beforehand. Don't overlook sheltering in place. Choose a safe room, practice sealing it off properly, and run a full-scale drill. This includes living without power, using emergency supplies, and working with limited resources for a set period. Many households are surprised by what's missing or inadequately prepared during these drills. It's better to discover shortcomings now than when it's too late. Radio communication is another component often neglected. During many emergencies, power and cell service are disrupted, leaving radios as an essential lifeline. Set aside time to practice operating a two-way radio and an NOA weather radio. Ensure everyone knows how to send and receive basic communications. Doing this in advance removes any guesswork or confusion when seconds count. Finally, running drills isn't a one-and-done task. Emergencies are unpredictable, so you must stay sharp. Conduct these drills at least twice a year, more frequently if your region is prone to specific crises like hurricanes or wildfires. Each drill is a chance to learn. Write down what worked and what didn't, then adjust your plans accordingly. Don't just go through the motions. Critique the process with brutal honesty. If something failed during a practice run, it's likely to fail during a real crisis, so fix it. Drills are not meant to be comfortable or easy. Emergencies won't care about your convenience, so train hard now to save time and potentially lives later. The more you practice, the more prepared and confident you'll be when faced with the unexpected. 4. Continue building preps. Preparedness is not something you accomplish once and forget about. It's an ongoing responsibility. If you're serious about being ready for potential crises, you need to actively work on building and improving your preps at all times. There's no room for complacency in a world where emergencies can strike without warning. Here's how to keep expanding your preps effectively. First, prioritize consistency over speed. The temptation to gather everything at once often leads to poor decisions, wasted money, or supplies that don't serve your needs. Start small, but remain relentless. Every trip to the store is an opportunity to grab a little extra. An extra pack of batteries, another case of canned food, or another first aid item. It all adds up if you stay disciplined. Remember, slow and steady wins the race, but only if you keep moving forward. Next, resist the urge to stop once you reach a comfortable level of preparedness. Comfort is a trap. If you think you're set for a month, push for 2 months. Once you hit 2, shoot for 3. Real emergencies rarely follow neatly planned timelines, so your goal should be to sustain yourself and your household for as long as possible without relying on outside help. If you're not building toward long-term self-sufficiency, you're leaving yourself exposed to situations that could spiral out of control. Additionally, make it a habit to identify and strengthen weak areas in your preps. Be brutally honest with yourself. Do you have enough water? How about a way to purify it if your supply gets contaminated? What happens if your primary heating source fails in winter? Emergencies don't care about your blind spots, so you need to find and solve them before they become problems. Treat your preps like a system and focus on eliminating vulnerabilities. Quality matters just as much as quantity. Stop hoarding cheap gear or poorly made tools that will fail when you need them most. This is not the place to pinch pennies. Research and invest in reliable, durable equipment that will hold up under stress. Upgrade gear that has proven ineffective or difficult to use during practice drills. Weak tools and subpar supplies are liabilities you can't afford. Finally, recognize that prepping isn't just about physical supplies. Build your skills. Practice using your gear in realistic scenarios. Teach your family members how to handle themselves in emergencies. Knowledge and preparation go hand in hand. and your stored supplies will only take you so far without the ability to adapt. Learn how to cook without power, build an improvised shelter, or handle basic medical situations. Every skill you develop adds another layer of resilience. There's no time to pat yourself on the back when it comes to preparedness. Set goals, assess progress, and keep driving forward. Every critical item you add, every skill you master, and every improvement you make today could be the difference between struggling and surviving tomorrow. Don't stop building. Crises don't wait, and neither should you. 5. Disasterproof your home. Disasters strike without warning, and your home must be ready to take the hit. Reinforce critical areas of your property to minimize damage and improve your chances of survival. Start with the roof, inspect it regularly for loose shingles or leaks, and make repairs immediately. A compromised roof turns into a major liability during high winds or heavy rainfall. Windows and doors are weak spots. Install storm shutters or reinforce them with impact-resistant glass. For an extra layer of protection, consider applying security film to windows to prevent glass shattering during impacts. Doors, especially entry points, should be solid and well fitted with deadbolts. Check the seals to prevent water seeping in during storms. Your foundation needs attention too. Inspect it for cracks and seal them to keep water from flooding your home. If your area is prone to flooding, invest in a basement sump pump or elevate appliances and utilities above flood level. Use sandbags or barriers during flood warnings to redirect water away from your home. Don't ignore the exterior. Secure loose items like outdoor furniture, grills, and trash bins that can turn into dangerous projectiles in high winds. It's fireproof, and try not to run in the middle of fires. They're major culprits for roof and property damage during storms. If necessary, consult a tree professional to remove hazards near your home. For fire-prone regions, focus on creating defensible space. Clear brush, leaves, and other flammable materials at least 30 feet from your home. Use fire-resistant materials on roofs, walls, and decks, and consider installing sprinkler systems to give your home an edge against flames. Utilities are often unprotected but vital. Insulate exposed water pipes to prevent freezing and bursting during winter. Invest in surge protectors for your electrical systems to minimize damage from power surges. Better yet, have a backup generator or power source ready to keep essential equipment running during outages. Storage areas matter too. Ensure hazardous materials like paint, fuel, and cleaning supplies are stored properly to prevent spills or explosions in extreme conditions. Keep critical documents in a fireproof, waterproof safe for added security. Above all, don't procrastinate. Waiting until a disaster is on your doorstep leaves no time to act. Build these protective measures into your home today, and be prepared for whatever tomorrow might bring. 6. Get your financial life in order. If you're not paying attention to your finances, you're setting yourself up for disaster when a crisis hits. Money isn't everything, but it sure matters when things go wrong. Inflation can spike, job markets can crash, emergencies don't care if your budget is tight or your debts are suffocating. To survive, you need your financial house in order. Plain and simple. Start by tackling high-interest debt. Credit cards, payday loans, and personal loans with interest rates that eat away at your paycheck every month need to be your first target. Debt doesn't just disappear unless you handle it aggressively, so make a plan. Pay off the highest interest loans first, even if it means cutting back on luxuries like eating out, streaming subscriptions, or that daily coffee. Sacrifice now to protect yourself later, otherwise you're just working to put money in someone else's pocket. Next, save consistently. No excuses, even if it's just $5.00 or $10.00 a week, set it aside. Build an emergency fund that you can access when things hit the fan. Yes, saving might feel impossible if you're stretched thin, but you'll be thankful for it later. Keep some of that savings in cash, because when systems fail, ATMs and banks could go down, leaving you with nothing if you're solely relying on cards or digital methods. Stockpiling essentials is another no-brainer. When prices rise or goods vanish from store shelves, you don't want to be running around trying to find what you need. Buy food staples with long shelf lives, like rice, canned goods, and dried beans. Stock up on fuel, batteries, candles, and basic medical supplies. The key is to build a buffer, something that makes you less dependent on external systems in times of chaos. Finally, develop skills that save you cash and reduce your dependency on professionals. You don't need to be a repair expert, but learning how to fix a leaky faucet, grow vegetables, or change your car's oil pays off big time. When you can handle basic problems yourself, you avoid wasting money on services. The bottom line is this: Your financial readiness isn't optional. It's the foundation for weathering any tough situation. Start today. No one is coming to save you, and the longer you wait to take control, the deeper the hole you'll dig for yourself. Get rid of debt, save money, stock up on essentials, and build self-reliance. Financially secure people aren't lucky. They're prepared. Be one of them. 7. Prepare for utility disruptions. Utility disruptions are inevitable during a crisis. Whether it's a natural disaster, cyber attack, or extended infrastructure failure, losing access to essential utilities like power, water, and communication can instantly turn a manageable situation into chaos. Stop underestimating these risks. Prepare now or be caught off guard when it happens. Power outages. Power is one of the first things you'll lose during a crisis. Without it, your home goes dark, appliances stop working, and temperature control becomes impossible. Stock LED lanterns and flashlights, not candles, for safety reasons. Invest in solar-powered security lights to maintain visibility at night. If you can afford it, purchase a generator and learn how to use it. Don't forget to store extra fuel safely, as without it, your generator is useless. If you rely on medical equipment or refrigerated medication, a generator is non-negotiable. Think through worst-case scenarios and plan now. Water. Water is life, and it will quickly become your largest concern. Municipal water supplies can become unsafe or completely unavailable during a crisis. Store water in portable containers, rain barrels, and collapsible bags. Don't neglect your bathtub. Bathtub water bladders can hold hundreds of gallons for emergency use. However, stored water won't last forever, so know how to purify water from natural sources. Have water purification tablets, portable filtration systems, or a high-quality water purification device like a countertop system. If you only do one thing, make sure you can access clean water, even when the taps run dry. Communications. Losing phone and internet access isolates you from the outside world. Don't rely on mobile networks. They're vulnerable and often overloaded in emergencies. Purchase a hand-crank emergency radio to receive weather updates, news, and emergency broadcasts. Additionally, invest in two-way radios to communicate with your family or group locally when cell signals fail. Keep these devices charged or powered with backup batteries so you're never cut off. The harsh truth is this: utility disruptions are a fact of life during crises. Power, water, and communications can disappear in the blink of an eye, and once they do, help may not come for days, weeks, or longer. Taking steps now to prepare for these inevitable breakdowns isn't optional, it's critical. Make your plan, acquire the necessary gear, and ensure your household knows how to implement it. The time for excuses is over. Stay ready. 8. Expand your skills. When preparing for potential crises, having diverse and practical skills can mean the difference between thriving and barely scraping by. The more you know, the less you have to rely on fragile systems or others to survive. Build and hone skills that directly increase your self-reliance, because when things go sideways, trades and talents hold more value than currency or unnecessary possessions. Start by focusing on essential survival skills. Learn how to cook off-grid without electricity or modern conveniences. Practice purifying water through methods like boiling, using homemade filters, or even more advanced processes like solar disinfection. Remember, clean water is critical, and without it, nothing else matters. Having backup methods to secure drinkable water can't be overstated. Next, invest time into long-term, sustainable skills. Gardening isn't just a hobby, it's a lifeline. Understand how to grow crops that suit your region's climate, learn soil management, and try your hand at seed saving. Animal husbandry, whether it's raising chickens for eggs or goats for milk, adds even more resilience to your food supply. And don't overlook food preservation techniques like canning, dehydrating, or fermenting to keep your resources lasting longer. These are skills that take practice, so start learning before you're desperate. Don't stop at just meeting your own needs. Develop tradable skills that make you valuable to a community or barter network. Medical competence, even basic care like wound treatment or understanding herbal remedies, can save lives and provide leverage. Carpentry and repair skills are essential for maintaining equipment or building what you need from raw materials. Mechanics, blacksmithing, sewing, these crafts will always find demand in a world with fewer conveniences. Identify your strengths or start from scratch. Just make sure what you bring to the table has value. Stay adaptable by learning how to identify and utilize alternative water sources. You might not always have running water, so know where and how to find it. Sources like rainwater, natural springs, creeks, and even your home's water heater or toilet tank, as long as it's chemical-free, are potential lifesavers. Purify everything you plan to drink or use for cooking, without exception. Unclean water is a fast track to disaster. The key here is to expand your knowledge and practice these skills ahead of time. Crises aren't forgiving, and you won't learn effectively under extreme stress or isolation. The more versatile you are, the better your odds of survival and, just as importantly, of maintaining a decent quality of life. Skills are an investment. You carry them wherever you go, and no one can take them from you. Expand them relentlessly. 9. Harden your digital life. Your digital life is one of the weakest links in preparing for potential crises. If you think hackers, scammers, or even government surveillance won't bother with you, think again. You're one of their easiest targets if you're careless. A poorly secured phone, sloppy passwords, or unmanaged privacy settings can unravel everything else you've prepared. Hardening your digital life should be non-negotiable. Start with the basics and secure your accounts. Weak passwords are an open invitation for attackers. Use strong, unique passwords for every account you own, combining upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. If you can't remember them all, use a reputable password manager to generate and store them safely. Never reuse passwords, no matter how trivial you think the account is. Even a hacked social media account could lead to more severe compromises. Enable two-factor authentication, 2FA, wherever it's offered. A password alone is no longer enough. 2FA adds another layer of security by requiring a second verification step, like a code sent to your device. Use an authentication app rather than text messages when possible, since SMS codes can be intercepted by SIM swapping attacks. Next, minimize your digital footprint. The more personal information available about you online, the easier it is for someone to exploit it. Avoid oversharing on social media. Posting details about your daily schedule, travel plans, or even images of your home can give bad actors exactly what they need to take advantage of you. Scrub unnecessary personal data from public profiles wherever you can, and think twice before handing over any information online. Review your device's security settings. Regularly update your operating systems, browsers, and apps to patch vulnerabilities that hackers target. Yes, updates can be annoying, but not doing them is a far riskier inconvenience. Install reputable antivirus software on your devices and keep it updated. Avoid downloading apps or files from unknown sources. They could contain malware. Pay attention to your privacy settings too. Many apps, websites, and services collect excessive data by default. Review and adjust those settings to limit permissions, such as location tracking or camera and microphone access. If an app requests access it doesn't truly need to function, deny it. Take control of your own data. Nobody else will do it for you. When using the internet, practice safe habits. Steer clear of public Wi-Fi networks unless you're using a virtual private network, VPN, to encrypt your connection. Public Wi-Fi is an easy entry point for hackers to snoop on your activity, steal login credentials, or infect your device. Instead, use your phone as a secure hotspot when you're on the go. Be cautious with email and messages. Phishing scams are alarmingly effective, and falling for one can undo years of preparation. Don't click on links or download attachments from unknown senders, no matter how legitimate they appear. Verify the sender's identity before taking any action, and educate yourself on common phishing techniques so you can spot them a mile away. Finally, take control of your valuable data. Encrypt sensitive files using tools like VeraCrypt or built-in encryption options on your devices. This ensures that even if someone steals your data, they won't be able to access it without a decryption key. Regularly back up your data to an external hard drive or a secure cloud service, but ensure that any cloud-based backups are themselves encrypted. Physical, paper backups of essential documents can act as a last resort, but don't rely on that alone. Your digital life is not something to ignore when preparing for potential crises. It's a proactive, ongoing effort, but every step you take strengthens your resilience. Treat it like any other crucial preparation. Get it done, and ensure it's a habit, not just a box to check once. Your weaknesses in your digital security aren't just a personal threat. They can jeopardize everything you've worked to prepare. Harden your digital life, or risk becoming an easy target when it matters most. 10. Build a network of reliable people. When it comes to preparing for potential crises, having a trustworthy and capable network of people at your side is absolutely critical. You can't do everything alone, and you'd be foolish to think otherwise. Emergencies can overwhelm even the most prepared individuals, and without a group of reliable people, your chances of survival, adaptability, or even maintaining a decent quality of life significantly diminish. A crisis is not the time to figure out that you're surrounded by incompetent or untrustworthy people. Do the groundwork now. Start by identifying individuals who bring practical skills to the table. This isn't about who you like, it's about finding people who are genuinely useful. Seek out folks with expertise in areas like medicine, mechanics, carpentry, farming, or security. Look for people who know how to solve real-world problems. The charming neighbor who throws great barbecues but can't change a tire? Probably not your first pick. Focus on skills, reliability, and a team-first mindset. Reliability is non-negotiable. You can have the most skilled person in the world, but if they're flaky, lazy, or only interested in looking out for themselves, they're a liability, not an asset. Observe people over time. Are they punctual? Do they follow through on commitments? How do they handle adversity or stress? Pay attention to their mindset during small but revealing moments, like how they react when a grocery line gets too long or when minor plans don't go their way. If they crumble under insignificant pressures, how will they act in a true crisis? Start small by involving them in manageable tasks or minor emergencies to get a sense of their temperament and decision-making. A reliable network doesn't form overnight. Building trust is a gradual process, and it doesn't come from spilling all your secrets to someone you just met. Use common sense. Informal networks are a good place to start. Church communities, local clubs, or shared hobbies can give you an initial idea of who might align with your preparedness goals. But don't overshare, especially early on. Maintain operational security, OPSEC, at all costs, and only share sensitive plans with people once they've proven their loyalty and dependability. Word gets around fast, and you don't want the wrong people knowing you're stockpiling resources or organizing a group. Building this network requires effort and patience. It means you might have to make some hard choices about who you rely on and, at times, politely distance yourself from those who won't cut it. Not everyone can be part of your circle, and that's okay. Quality matters far more than quantity. A tight-knit, dependable group of people will always outperform a large, disorganized crowd of acquaintances. Finally, keep in mind this isn't a one-and-done task. Your network should be a living, evolving structure. Skills need to be practiced. Relationships need to be maintained. People come and go, and new faces with valuable expertise might become available. Stay vigilant, adaptable, and focused on building the kind of team that can face adversity head-on. When crisis strikes, you'll be grateful for the work you put in. A reliable network isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity for survival. Conclusion. Preparing for potential crises is not about eliminating risk entirely, but about building resilience and adaptability. By following these 10 steps, you create a solid foundation that equips you to face challenges with confidence and clarity. Each step contributes to a comprehensive approach that ensures you, your team, and your organization can weather uncertainty effectively. Remember, preparation is an ongoing process. Stay proactive, evaluate your plans regularly, and remain open to learning from every challenge. With the right mindset and groundwork, you can transform crises into opportunities for growth and improvement.